You know what? Let's talk about 999.
Yes.
I knew you'd like
light
that.
up then.
Yeah, I know you do. 999, which is your idea.
Yes.
And let's face it, your rise in the polls is come at the same time that you come out with a specific plan, 999, 9% flat corporate tax, 9% flat income tax, and a 9% national sales tax.
Yes.
As more is becoming known about it, there are more questions.
Right.
Let's dig in. The Christian Science Monitor did an analysis of what various income groups would pay. Someone making $20,000 a year, who now pays a 13% tax rate, would pay 17%. Someone making $55,000 would go from 17% to 18%. Someone making $300,000 a year would go from 28% to 16%. This is the analysis of the Christian Science Monitor, Mr. Cain. The poor and the middle class pay more. The rich pay a lot less.
Okay, I don't know the assumptions that they used. Let me walk you through my analysis with my assumptions. Let's take the $50,000, which is the median income. At $50,000, you have to take into account the payroll tax. The total taxes paid by somebody at $50,000 a year, if you assume standard deduction and you take the number of exemptions for a family of 4, they're going to pay approximately $10,000 in taxes. Now, 9% of $50,000 is $4,500. You already have a $5,500 gap right there. Now, if they then pay 9% on the sales tax of everything they had left, they would still have $2,000 left over. So I don't know the assumptions that they use to get those numbers.
Look, almost everybody would say the income tax is the most progressive tax at this point, because it taxes people who make less at a lower rate than people who make more.
Correct.
The sales tax is the most regressive tax, because if the richest person in the world buys a $1 donut, he's going to pay the same amount as the poorest person in the world. Necessarily, if you flatten the most progressive tax and introduce the most regressive, isn't that going to work to the benefit of the rich and the detriment of the poor?
No, because you're still basing it off some assumptions. Look, bottom line, at $50,000 a year, that family is going to be $2,000 ahead. So they come out way ahead. That's assuming that they spend every dime that they have left over. The objective was broaden the base and make the whole tax code fairer for everybody. It levels the playing field, it gets rid of all of the loopholes, but the most important thing is it gets the government out of the business of trying to pick winners and losers and trying to decide what's regressive and what's not regressive.
The other big criticism is that, as opposed to some other people who would repeal the income tax, you're keeping the income tax at a lower rate, but you're introducing a new federal tax, a national sales tax.
Yes.
How do you guarantee, I asked you this in the debate, and I'm not sure I got a full answer, how do you guarantee that 999 down the line doesn't become 121212?
In the legislation that I'm going to ask Congress to send me, I want a 2/3 vote required by the Senate in order for them to change it. That will impede cavalierly raising it. Secondly, the fact that the tax rate 999 is so visible, the American public is going to hold their feet to the fire. But that 2/3 majority vote in the Senate will be one of the ways to try to make sure that they don't raise it. And here's the other fact. As president, I'm going to be working on bringing down the debt. So we're not going to have that tendency to continue to raise it because spending is out of control the way it is now. We will get spending under control at the same time that we grow this economy.